What's going on, boils and ghouls? I'm Chain Smoking Mike with another cigar review today. Today, I have the Flor Dominica Air Bender cigar. It's a Maduro style cigar, and what sets it apart, in appearance at least, are the little swords right next to the emblem on the cigar band. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you can see like these swords next to the Flor Dominica logo. So that's pretty cool. As for the smell, it has a very nice, pleasant aroma to it. It kind of reminds me of like a nice dark chocolate and a subtleness of a sweet smell as well. I'm thinking maybe like a dried up date. Smells really nice. Anyway, let's pop a smoke. Oh wow, that has a lot of complexity going on to it. Wow. All right, so this cigar is really intricate and complex for a smoke. It has a lot of stuff going on. I taste like a bit of chocolate, a bit of like this nice, sweet, almost like Arabic kind of flavor. Like if you're familiar with like a lot of the sweets found in the Arabic areas, like Saudi Arabia, that kind of stuff, there's a bit of that in this particular cigar. Like I tasted a bit of like dried up dates, a little bit of like what is it, the baklava. I've tasted very subtle amount of honey, and trying to think of what else I tasted. I mean, there's just so much going on with this one. And it has a nice amount of oiliness to it as well, but it's not like super strong or overwhelming. Oh yeah, you definitely taste a bit of that sweetness after you, what's the word, retrohale. There's a bit of that. I even taste a subtle amount of raisin in there as well, especially on my palate, on the tip of my tongue. This is definitely a full strength Maduro style cigar, and I'm glad I found this at one of the cigar shops in St. Louis. There's a really nice one called John's Pipe Shop, and I highly recommend it for any pipe or cigar tobacco connoisseur. They have a good selection of smokes, and the prices are pretty darn reasonable. Like, a vast majority of the cigars there are in the $10 range, which in my opinion is really good, especially if you have money to burn, pun intended. And for the most part, a lot of the cigars that John's Pipe Shop has are pretty good stuff, including this one, the Air Bender by Flor Dominica. I don't know what it is about this cigar, but it has a very nice cured taste to it, like a very heavily aged or cured bourbon or whiskey as well. Kind of has that as well as you smoke it. But from my perceptions of this particular cigar that I'm smoking, the Air Bender by Flor Dominica, is it has a bit of sweetness to it. Again, to me, I taste a lot of Middle Eastern style sweets, like dates, maybe even like a very nice herbal tea, like maybe I'm thinking maybe like the chai, or hell, even like a little bit of like a aromatic kind of tea, like maybe lavender, because I tasted a subtle amount of that in this cigar, so that kind of shocked me. But the main sweet notes that I tasted was honey and just like a very malty, sweet kind of date aftertaste as well. And this particular cigar has a bit of oiliness to it as well. Now, if I was to rate the Air Bender by Flor Dominica out of 5 stars, I'd give it a solid 5. There's a lot of interesting flavor notes that you get as you smoke the cigar. It's very complex, and it's definitely a full-strength Maduro cigar, right up my alley. And it's just really unique. I highly recommend this particular cigar, the Air Bender by Flor Dominica. It's a good one. And it has a really good consistent burn. Since I lit it up, It never, not once yet, has it canoed on me or done any of that kind of mishaps. So I kept it very nicely humidified in a nicely tied up bag with the Boveda packs. That's what I use, because I'm kind of a cheapskate when it comes to storage. Usually I just seal my cigars in a what is it called, a Ziploc bag, or like some kind of box, like a cigar box, and then I put a couple of what are they called, Boveda packs in it. The only real difference I'm getting with as I'm progressing through the cigar is that oiliness aspect of the cigar. It gets a little more aggressive as you progress. But other than that, the flavor itself remains the same. I haven't yet noticed any major differences in the smoking profile as I'm progressing. But would I get the cigar in the future if I find it again? Yeah, most definitely. Since I came to St. Louis, I kind of got tired of Asylum 13 cigars. Mainly because I've been smoking an obscene amount of those, because I just like its strength and intensity. But since I discovered the brand Flor Dominica, I've kind of branched out to them. I really like a lot of the cigars they make, and the Oscar cigar. I really like those, especially the Maduro cigars. I don't know what it is about the way they make it, but I really like it. It has a very distinct and unique draw as you smoke it. And there's another cigar company I highly recommend called the Black Label Trading Company. I believe that's what it's called. They make like the Memento Mori cigars. That's another good one that I've discovered in this area. Highly recommend it. And in the future, there is one cigar I'm looking forward to review. It's the Timeless series, which used to be, back in the day, a Nat Sherman cigar. Since Nat Sherman closed its doors several years ago, the Timeless series cigars are pretty much the new revamped version of Nat Sherman cigars, and I'm looking forward to smoking that. Mainly because my late grandpa, he used to smoke an obscene amount of those. That was like his brand. Like if you knew a guy that smoked Marlboros, for example, Nat Shermans were pretty much the equivalent to that for my grandfather. So I'm looking forward to smoking that particular cigar in his memory. But oh my God, this cigar is just so unique. And I guess the swords adorning the band is appropriate, because that style of sword, I don't know what the specific name is, but that particular sword was used heavily by the sultans in warfare. And I think that's a very appropriate design to describe this cigar. It has a lot of that Middle Eastern flair to it. So if you're a fan of like dates, baklavas, stuff like that, it definitely has that as you smoke it, especially on the aftertaste. But it's not like an overwhelming sweetness. It's not like what is it called? Like one of those infused cigars. Definitely not like that. Ooh, interesting. I tasted a little bit of like this chocolate note with a bit of that raisin-like date aftertaste. That's interesting. Anyway, I'm probably going to finish the rest of this cigar on my leisure. I think y'all are probably already getting bored with me rattling off about this guy. But anyway, you just watched my review of the Flor Dominica Air Bender cigar. It's a really unique cigar for the Flor Dominica line. It's in terms of strength and intensity, it's a full-bodied, full-flavor Maduro cigar. It's nothing like stupidly strong, at least to me. Could be strong to you. But in terms of the flavor profile, again, here's pretty much my rundown of its profile. It's very oily. It has a really good aftertaste. I think the aftertaste is what's making me want to smoke more of this. It's a mix of like dark chocolate, date, raisin, a subtle amount of honey, and I think that's about it from what I can interpret. But I would give this a solid 5 out of 5 star rating. Highly recommend it if you can find it, and if you have the balls to smoke something a little stronger, because it definitely has a bit of kick to it. But anyway, I'm going to finish this guy on my leisure. You just watched my review of the Air Bender by Flor Dominica. Stay tuned for more videos whenever I have the opportunity. And as always, rock and roll. Thank you for watching.